We are recording, and this is Jan Jorgensen at the Be the Light meditations every Wednesday morning. Funny, when I say that, I feel like I'm a newscaster or military person giving my GPS, who I am, what I'm doing. And it is important. It is important. We've been talking a lot about our presence being a circuit board for to be available for these new energies to come through our bodies so that the earth plane can go through the shifts that have been scheduled. But sometimes we forget what that really requires. And what it requires is a clean system, a system that's just not all gunked up with sugar and caffeine and things that shift us into healing detox mode. So think about it. If we're really clean machine, I always think of Ferrari. I mean, look, I'm wearing red today. A Ferrari. We are meant to process the new energies and to purr like a Ferrari. It's a distinctive sound, I know, because we had a Ferrari. So that we are getting ready to move out together to visualize and create a new earth. So if we're doing that on a strained or drained or compromised or confused brain circuitry, because it's not supported by the right food, water, air, and of course, most importantly, our thought field, well, we're not going to even be in the race. We're not going to be part of the new joyous co-creation of a new environment with all that entails to live here on earth as divine humans. So I myself, little wake-up calls when I eat the wrong thing, and it just knocks me right off the horse. I mean, I'm not even near the Ferrari zone. I am just knocked off, and I'm like, why did I do that again? This is the time to be absolutely conscious and scrupulous, and it doesn't mean that you can't do this, and this because some other person told you. This is truly a personal, I mean, there's generalities: protecting your energy field, eating organic foods, not breathing toxic fumes, getting a good night's sleep. But your own body is very different than everyone else's. And it depends on the level of your consciousness and awakening and ability to shift matter and food and experiences before they go into your energy field. That's pretty tall requirement for mastery of the entire vibrational field. But I often tell a story. There was a woman named Myri, and she came and worked with our family energetically. She was a total priestess, seer, intuitive, with their long, waving blonde, silvery hair. And at midnight, when it was very misty and cloudy, she would put on her roller skates and just roller skate. She was in her 70s, through the town and just breathe in the light of the moon and the beauty of the night. And she said, Jan, tell your kids that I will buy them any chocolate from Halloween. Well, my kids were pretty good at Halloween, big bags. And of course, I didn't want them to eat all that sugar. So Myri would come over and she would just get this big booty of chocolate and sugar. And that's in Myri as a light worker. How are you managing all that sugar? She says, who says I'm eating it? As she put it in her mouth, she asked and intended that it form into a green mana, life-giving substance for her body. Think about that. Should we do that meditation today? Should that be the light, change chocolate into green mana? Well, could. Let's take smaller steps. I know everybody's laughing. All right. So it truly, we said 2023 we were going to get together and start seeing the future. Well, we have a couple little more steps. And it really is dialing in our brain circuitry. And I won't say names due to, privacy, and I didn't have previous permission, but there's a lovely being on this call who said she's using a product called ARII, ARII, and it's herbal drops, and it absolutely does detox the brain. As a nurse, I know that we have meninges, or we have tissues that line around the skull interior. And this is where you can actually feel pain and inflammation when you have sugar. The inflammation can cause vision changes. It can cause pressure in your brain, which causes numbness. A lot of neurological issues are caused by that. By breathing different things, all the sinuses can become inflamed. So it's wonderful, if that's your issue, to do those clean saline rinses with very clean water. Don't introduce anything that isn't sterilized into your nasopharynx. And so, why am I saying this? Because all of these tissues can become inflamed by noxious chemicals, sugar, food, cortisol, negative thinking. So we can do these meditations once a week, and we can reorganize your circuitry for it all connect and be buzzing. But then if you go off and have a triple espresso or a very, very thick cream, something hard to digest in the little villa, and you're not getting the vibrancy, the connection of everything. You're actually causing sludge. You know, when a flood goes through, all the recent floods, and you see, you look and there's all those trees and everything has just been moved. Well, that's what happens in your body when you have all of these insults coming through that you're not planning for and moderating and preventing. You can't prevent absolutely everything, but you can modulate your environment. So I'm saying all of this as a precursor to going in and working and cleaning with the Windex on the energy field portion of our brain circuitry, so that we're inspired and remember to not just hold it, what we've accomplished in this meditation, but to enhance it and let it get brighter. And wouldn't it be nice to remember that word that keeps popping out the minute you need to think it, or to walk into a room and remember what you went in there for, and to remember every moment who you are. To remember every moment that you have a choice to live to your potential, or to fall back in to old habitual patterns of something tastes good or feels good for the moment. So enough about that. Let's do what we do on these meditations, and that is energetically brightening, clearing, attuning, and grounding the highest vibrational field that we can hold in this moment. Let's take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. As I'm discussing the physical body, we know that everything is vibration and frequencies, and every frequency has a color. So use your inner eye now, before we even drop into sacred space, and ask yourself, what is my glow right now? What is my auric field? Is it muddled? Is it moving? Is it trying to get bright? Or am I bright and shiny? Am I holding a luminous, golden, silvery white glow of a vibrational field above 732? Am I balanced in my masculine and in my feminine with that empty space in the middle? Picture a cross with an empty space in the middle. So you're clean, you're glowing, and this empty space represents the void, the 0 point, the still point that connects you to the fiber optic cables of everything everywhere. So you can see why it's important. Feeling into this, your own energy field, to fully, profoundly, effectively access your connection, your GPS in this 0 point around your heart, with all that is, it really does behoove you to support this process by clean living and clean thinking. So just take a moment, and just by feeling it, by trying it on, we actually are shifting into that realm in this moment by choosing to have that experience. And as you are going into your heart, into this still point, now notice we've made an intentional examination. What are the colors of your various organs? What does your brain look like? And just trust yourself. Is there any pressured areas? What color? We're doing a scan, and in the future, this is what physicians, healers will use, scans, to look at the color, the movement, the congestion, the circuitry of all parts of your physical body. To feel into it and feel, is there any area that is not getting the circulation, not getting the glowing higher vibrational energies? Anywhere that there's any fatigue, pressure. And as we're speaking, notice that it's falling away by giving it attention and holding this beautiful field of pure light. We're actually melting away the old frequency field and replacing it. So from this beautiful space, this is like the doctor's exam before we begin the actual procedure. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We put a beautiful whole lot of balance, a geometric structure around our entire energetic field. We are very smart, and we did a scan to feel into what feels heavy, what feels imbalanced, what feels a little hot, what feels a little cold, what feels strained, what feels something that you can't even find a word for. Just let that be in this moment of your body showing up to show you the stewardship that you have held over this beautiful temple. Ask if there's any area in this body that needs a little upgrade, fresher energy, synchronization. Excellent. So take your energy, take your focus to your heart, which is the core, the anchor of your energy field. And take a deep breath. And with no thoughts, let your heart make an intention. Does not require thinking for your consciousness to be awake. So that's a good little note. Notice that you are still intending. You're still searching for that intention more accurately. We ask and intend that by taking our consciousness into our heart, that we are opening to and asking for a brighter healing energy to come into our physical body in a moment, very slowly and gently, that washes away any inflammation, any stagnant areas, any scar tissue, etc., 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 etc. We don't want to give focus and energy and attention to that. Now, how do we do this? Well, the next step in the Be the Light, we've asked, let's ask for that help. We ask that the divine beings who oversee our well-being, our guides, our guardian angels, ascended masters, even our own higher self that resides in another realm, holding the major part of our consciousness. We ask that all eyes are on our physical body, all attention and focus in this moment. And notice if that feels okay, or if it's like, oh my goodness, oh my, to deserve this, all these divine beings giving me all this attention. They've only been waiting for you to ask. Feel the loving eyes and the presence as these divine beings discern, realize, and witness all that you are holding in this physical body that is a circuitry that allows a divine plan to come in to Earth. And of course, they're in a place where they don't make mindless choices and have a chocolate caffeine dessert right before they go to bed. I'm not saying who did that. But they are lovingly acknowledging what courageous souls we are to undertake a job we can't really see the outcome. We can't really see what to do, and we don't know how to do it. So we are honored. And so we do deserve all eyes on us. And not just eyes. Let these beings surround you in a circle. Open your crown chakra. This is the important part. And the Creator always listens when we set a sacred space. And this beingness, masculine, feminine, all that is source, is smiling. That we are asking and intending for some love, more flow, healing, brightening. So the Creator, if you imagine it, just for a moment, imagine it's in a human form, and the hands are holding this beautiful ball of light, and this being is breathing into the ball of light, pure life, vitality, rejuvenation, regeneration. And all of this is going into this beautiful ball of light. And the hands are reaching down through the ethers in the central universe and placing this ball right over the top of your head. So all of the divine beings, which might have names for you, Buddha, Christ, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, etc., are watching as this ball of light, and they are assisting it with their infinite knowledge as it now begins to melt down into the most important part of your circuitry, your brain. Let it gently come down past the skin into the skull, and notice no efforting on your part. You're allowing this energy to very gently shimmy down right into the brain circuitry, into both hemispheres. Watch it like you're watching a movie, and watch this energy gently pulse in the tiniest little brightest frequency and cleanse and go through the brain tissues, the gray matter, the prefrontal cortex. We ask that any traumas, any old areas that need just a little attention, we are teasing and opening the cellular structure of every cell in your brain to absorb a beautiful, bright, cleansing essence. This is a brain boost, cleanse, brightening, and just allow it. We ask and intend that the right and left brains merge energetically so that all parts of your body are integrated. All physical systems, your masculine and feminine. And go ahead and keep taking nice deep breaths, because this is a very deeply physical reorganization. If it becomes too intense, it's okay just to tap your head a bit or tap your forehead. And watch as these energies come and drench the top of your eyeballs, the sulcuses, your nasopharynx sinuses. And again, opening, clearing, more spaciousness and less crowding. Whatever that means to your physical body. Opening, opening, opening. If it helps, imagine that your skull itself is moving like two clouds, one to the left and one to the right. And there's all sorts of space as this energy cleanses and moves down. And now it is coming to the base of your skull. We ask and intend to remove any tension, blockages, any muscular distortion, any spinal misalignment, any vertebral fatigue or degradation. We ask that this beautiful, beautiful nerve channel is opened as never before to allow for full communication with the rest of your body. Take your attention to this beautiful meninges that surround the neural canal. We heal and smooth all of these tissues. We make room and lift any cartilage that has been fatigued. Inflamed, misplaced, and we stack them perfectly. We are revibrating your brain and your nervous system into perfection now. Feel the nerves going down into your shoulders, your fingers, into your chest. Feel the innervation going into your lungs. Feel the very special nerves innervating your heart, pulse. We ask that all be smooth. And we ask that the pulse within your spinal fluid is gently resyncing up to the pulse of the grid of all that is. So just imagine this silky smooth pulse is going through your spinal cord into all systems, even more deeply connecting your brain circuitry to the circuitry of the divine plan and the galactic core and the universal core, and one lacy-like symphony of perfected rhythm. Take a nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Let this energy come down into your abdomen and let all muscular tension go. Now, just drop it. Just let it go. And on this next breath, feel the room, the expansiveness, the warmth that you have created in your abdomen by letting go. This energy run through your legs and down and out through the bottom of your feet, anchoring into the earth divine circuitry. Feel the pulse being regulated. Feel that truly your body in this moment is a battery pack, a wiry, beautiful circuitry for the divine plan to have its way on earth through you. So we ask and intend, and in this moment, if there's any part of ourselves that's not on board, we ask that it just surrender to this higher, beautiful, it's a flowing, in process painting of a divine nature. In fact, in this moment, if you feel like moving your body just a little bit, almost as if you are flowing to the music of the spheres, the sound of all that is, and your brain circuitry is one with all that is, and your heart is beautifully recalibrating all of these colors within your system and your circulation. And imagine this energy is going in and through the earth and back up through you. You are, in fact, an infinity symbol, and that little beautiful connecting point of that figure eight infinity symbol is right at your heart. So in this moment, you truly are the circuitry of heaven on earth. And again, if you need to move a little bit or to flow, to just feel, it is not a static, stagnant thing. It is moving. If there's any tweaking or relaxing or touching your neck or any area of your body that just feels like, oh, think of in Disney that it's a small world. Everything is moving all the time. Every little aspect of that ride is dancing or singing to that song. So every little part of your body is dancing and singing to this high octane circuitry music. So take a deep breath. And in this moment, if you'd like to, you could open your eyes and look at my wall. Because here, I have the sparkling lights of the circuitry. Why I turned that on this morning, now I know. But look, that's how it is going through your body. Little, beautiful, like dancing fireflies, all symmetrical with light, pure light. This is the light of the heavens flowing through your brain, circulating through your blood vessels, moving through your nervous system. And notice, nothing can stop it except your fearful thoughts or getting all congested eating horrible foods. So those are two things that you can manage to keep this majestic music flowing through you. Now notice within this brain, there is the pituitary and pineal gland, and see how they feel now. Because usually when you open all these gates, if there's any stagnation, starts creating a little pressure, and then that little aperture opens, lotus flower, and you are even a greater antenna for these beautiful lights to come through. So just feel it. And notice if there is still, I always have a little bit of tension in the back of my neck, so I'm asking and intending that that be stretched and open, expanded, and receive this light, this energy. And when I do, I feel it pulsing right down in my base chakra. That's it. So just enjoy your body becoming a Ferrari with this new silky high octane essence and gasoline to get you to the finish line on the divine plan. No old jalopies there with the old juice. Really becoming Ferrari bullet trains of energy to access information, to sit together without emotions, without being hung over, to be bright, to have our thoughts come through our voice, fully present, like bells of excitement, to create a new world from this energy is correct. So take a deep breath, forgive yourself for everything, all your self trespasses, everybody else does, but honestly, it's time to get on with the work now. It's time for these activities to be our focus. Turn off the TV, turn off the news, be the new news. Take a deep breath. I'm feeling lots of energy opening up here in my third eye. So just notice little doors are popping open, and you will be more sensitive today, more expanded to see and know things, and also any thoughts or embodying things from the third dimension won't feel as comfortable. So let's go ahead and put a beautiful golden resilient egg around our entire energy field. Good. Feel it. Knock on it. Make sure it's there. Yep, I've got that energy field. Everything bounces off that I'm not inviting into my energy field. And again, just maybe tap, help those energies keep going and moving and feeling great in your body, because it's a great day to create a new world by being the light. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the recorded part, and now I'm going to sign off. Jan Jorgensen. These are the Be the Light meditations every Wednesday morning, 9 Pacific time, always free. Feel free to join us. And how do you join us? You find the link at the website, soundandlightehealingarts.com, just the way it sounds. All right. Thanks for joining me and tuning in.